Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to another Sonic video. And because of the recent stuff about like the Sonic Colors Ultimate stuff and all the Sonic remasters, I'm probably going to be talking about stuff like that, but I'll mainly focus on Sonic Colors on this video because I got the gameplay in the background from one of my other videos. I think I zoomed it in or something. It'll be on screen. And I'm pretty sure most people are excited for this game, but I'm just going to say why it is such a good reason. You should be pretty excited for this because I think Sonic Colors is a great game. That's just my opinion. You're free to disagree. It is what it is. But I'm just going to say why I like it. And I understand why people don't like it because people don't like what it did with the story. But I don't think the actual story was that bad. I think people are more upset about the dialogue in the story because, yeah, I'll admit, it's not great, but it's still alright. And by dialogue, I don't mean the voice actors. I love the voice actors. Like I like Roger Craig Smith. I like all of them. I'm just talking about the lines. Like this game spawned Baldy McNosehair, and I mean, it's like it was all right as a kid, and when you grow up, you're just like, okay, that's, you know, it's a bit silly. It's all right though. So people probably don't like how the game took the writing direction. And because the Wisps sucked in every game except Sonic Colors and that one level in Generations where they were actually okay. Actually, the Wisps were alright in Team Sonic Racing. Wait, what other games were the Wisps in? Okay, the Wisps sucked in Lost World and Forces. There we go. That's just my opinion. So the Wisps recently have been turning off people. So everything wrong with like... Basically when Sonic Forces came out, or a bit after that, people kind of started pointing fingers at Colors for starting it, and then the fandom kind of started hating on Sonic Colors, and I don't really understand why, because it's a good game, it's fun, the Wisps are executed well in that game, and I like the game for its gameplay. And also, if you look at it compared to every other Sonic game, you got so many different locations, like, you got literal planets, you got like, this game has Planet Wisp, which is probably one of the best levels in the franchise. You got Aquarium Park, Asteroid Coaster. Actually, Asteroid Coaster shouldn't really be considered a planet. It's just a chunk of asteroids that is pretty cool. And you got like Sweet Mountain, which is literally Candyland, which is pretty cool. And then, you know, you got other stuff. What else is there about this game? The boost, it's probably the third weakest because I still think Unleashed was peak boost gameplay, and then it probably goes Unleashed, Generations, and Colors, just in my opinion. But I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying in terms of boost quality, it's just, that's how it would go for me. But I still like this game a lot, because the gameplay is really fun. I know people kind of complain about the 6 acts, and how some levels are really short, and some levels are good. But like, if you know a little bit of the story behind it, there was some cut content behind the game because some people had to go on and work for Sonic Generations, and then some had to stay for Colors. But at least both games turned out well, so it was alright. I mean, all things considered, Sonic Colors is a pretty short game, but if you want to 100% it, it does take a lot of your time. Because I think there are 180 red medals that you can get to get Supersonic, so if you want your 100% bonus, you got Supersonic, so that's pretty cool. There's no Supersonic boss fight, and I'm honestly completely okay with it. This Sonic Colors' story doesn't need Supersonic, but it could if it wanted to. I know the DS version has a Supersonic boss fight. But I just generally like this game a lot. Like, the Wisps don't slow down the gameplay at all. I mean, you could argue that the Cube one does, but the Cube one makes more platforms for you to go faster. So you stop for 10 seconds and then you probably can gain a shortcut to make you finish the level faster. Jeez, I'm forgetting words. Most of the Wisps are actually very well executed. The only thing I don't like about the Wisps is how they replace Sonic's boost. But, like, you know, it's just a temporary thing. because they go back to Generations with like, it's alright. It was a temporary thing. I know they did it in Forces, but no one likes Forces, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's the only problem I have with the Wisps, is that they act as Sonic's boost. What's another? I don't really have any issues with this game. I love the level design. And some people might be like, whoa, how do you like the level design? It's just blocks. I mean, it's fun at least. In my opinion, if the game is fun, that's all it's okay. It's alright. The Wisps spice it up just enough to make it really good. Also the music, we'll talk about the music. I'll have something playing in the background from Sonic Colors' soundtrack, because this game has one of the greatest soundtracks I've legit ever heard. It's probably in my top 10 soundtracks, like, of all time. Like, this game's up there with Unleashed and SA2 in terms of, like, soundtrack quality. Like, it's got some bangers. Like, you got Planet Wisp, Aquarium Park. Like, you can name any song. Like, Reach for the Stars, if you listen to that, it's just stuck in your head. So it's, you know, it's memorable, which is good. So I've basically covered everything. For the remaster, if it does happen, I'm not going to be confirming anything because I don't know anything, but it seems like it will happen. We're not 100% sure, so we can't be super 100% sure that anything's happening now. But let's just be confident that it's going to happen. And if it does, you know, if you haven't played Colors, give it a try, because if you don't like it, it might change your mind. And that's about it. That's probably why I think Colors is great. Quick summary, you got the soundtrack, the Wisps were well executed, the story was easy to swallow in terms of, like, the story was pretty good in my opinion, except for some dialogue which is a bit cringe. But, you know, that's to be expected with an aging game. You look back and the dialogue is a bit weird. Like, you can do that with any game. You can look back a few years after, like, you can look back at something a few years after and then you can realize how weird it is, but you can still love it. Like, what's an example? I had a really weird thing with the Wind Waker, where I used to think the Wind Waker as a mechanic was super stupid, but now since I got it on the Wii U HD, I actually love the Wind Waker, the game and the Wind. I don't know, it's just one of those things where you look back and it's like, you know what, it's still great. I love that game. Some people might say it's my nostalgia talking for why I love, like, Sonic Colors a lot, because I've said it's one of my first games I've ever played, so that's probably why a big factor I love this game a lot. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Peace out, have a good one. Make sure you like and subscribe, do all that. This is just why I think Sonic Colors is great and why you should be excited for the remasters that will probably happen. So I don't know if they will, but they most likely will. So I'll leave it there. Peace out, have a good one.